Hello everyone, this is Chris, the Batman Statue Collector, and I am very excited because this is the very first episode of the CV show, and I want to go around and do some introductions real quick, so let's do that right now. First of all, this is Richard from Collectro.
Evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is there.
That's right. And then of course we have Ian from the ID Collector series.
Hey guys!
And then next up we have Jonny from the Seraphim's Nerd Pool.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And last but certainly not least, our very own rogue himself, Rogue Rick from the Rogue Collector.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, welcome. I just want to say I'm so excited to be here. I know all the guys in the room are excited as well because we have a brand new show and we're really excited. And that actually brings us up to our very first topic. And the topic is, what makes this chat different? And I'll send that right over to Richard to start the show. Richard, what do you think about that? What makes this chat different from the other ones?
We have Batman.
That's right. I'm Batman.
Well, I think I can speak for us all, and we're all fans of pretty much every statue chat that there is. We're pretty much all addicts, right? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yep.
For sure.
Completely addicted.
And
Watch
Yep,
as
I
much
have
as
no
we
life.
possibly can.
These guys do it so well, and they put so much effort and time. And I know personally how much Alex from Brad Titan puts into getting those pictures together and sorting it out. And they do such a good job that I was like, I want to do a chat. We want to do a chat, but we want it to be different. We want to be something different. So we were like, why don't we just do a topic show? Something where we talk about stuff that's been going on in the week, stuff that's coming up. And we discuss it between each other and then put that out. We don't show many reveals. We will talk about some reveals if there's been a big talking point, but it's a bit different. It's something that not many people are doing, and also that's sort of in with the philosophy of Collectiverse, which is not to compete with our members. And because there's nothing like this out there at the minute, I don't see this competing. I see this as like a compliment to what they do already. Ian, what do you think?
Well, we're five guys who love statue collecting, and you know what? We all have a great relationship. We have a great chemistry, and we want to bring more people into this. You know, we want to make these five people grow into 10, 15, 20. You know, this show is great because it all involves the other collectors, not just us. And that's what I'm really looking forward to be honest with you. What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you know we've kind of got to be pretty close friends, and I think the passion. You know, we're the kind of guys who we're going to read everything, watch everything, know everything, and you know that's it's really kind of an honor to me to get to be a voice for the community. I'm you know, you guys know I'm the guy that fights for all the stuff for the common man, but and sometimes get myself in trouble. But that's just, you know, that's just what we're about. And I definitely don't want to step on any of those other people's toes. They do a great job. I watch them religiously. So yeah, I'm big fans.
Suppose that's Johnny's turn.
So what I liked about the idea with this chat, when I was approached to say, you know, let's do this and let's be part of this, and it's got to explain to me, you almost don't need to, you know, you don't have to sit and watch us. You can just put us on in the background and listen and hear five guys who absolutely love this stuff, love what they talk about, and just enjoy the interaction between them. Like I say, without doing reveals and stuff like that, you don't have to see the screen. It's all topics that, you know, they go viral. These topics go around the community. Everybody knows about everything that's going on at some point or another. So all you got to do is sit back, relax, listen to what we got to say, and either get angry because we got it wrong or sing along because we got it right. And probably it's going to be Rick that gets it wrong because he just likes to ramble.
Yeah, that's true.
I absolutely agree with all of you guys. You know, just like Richard said, you know, there's plenty of other places and other really great, not only video places, but also chats that have great visuals. And, you know, we all do videos, and so we'll have visuals there as well. But it's nice just to kind of come together and just talk about the things that we're talking about anyway. And we thought we would love for you to join us on that journey with us. So come aboard. That's awesome. Anybody else want to say anything else about the chat?
Yeah, we're going to try and do it so it goes live every Monday. The format, if you're watching this, you'll see the format's a bit different than what you're used to. It will evolve. It will get different. Like, I think Ian said we're looking to have quite a few collectors on. It's not just going to be the 5 of us all the time. We are going to have other collectors on, and the format hopefully will lend itself to that, to get new people in, and that's what I'm looking forward to most, getting different opinions, people's opinions who are outspoken in the community, people who don't get really to speak at all, so that'd be great.
That's right. Hey, the Collectorverse isn't just us. The Collectorverse is everybody else out there as well. You know, we are a family of collectors, and we don't want to limit it to just us. So let's bring on some more people.
And the way I see it is, you know, okay, it was founded by 5 guys that like statues, but we want the Collectorverse to cover absolutely everybody. So, you know, you might find Hot Toys collectors on here. We've actually got a couple of Funko Pop channels joining us very soon, or as about probably right now, probably by the time this video is out, they will be on the site, and they are part of the Collectorverse. So this isn't about just statues. I mean, we may talk about them at the most at the moment because that's what we were all from, but we want to cover absolutely everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that and say, you know, one of the kind of luxuries, I guess, of being so active in the community is we've made contacts with people, different companies and different, you know, sculptors, designers, and that kind of gives us a perspective to be able to maybe go approach some of those people and maybe have them on the chats and talk about some of their products and stuff. So that could be something we may be able to do in the future as well.
And like Ian said, you know, our main goal is just to add family members. We want everyone out there to join our family and make this something special and unique. And so if you're watching this, thank you so much for taking the time to check out the Collectorverse. We really appreciate that. Well, let's move on to topic number 2. And that's basically our website launch and the updated features on the site. So again, I'll pass it back to Richard and tell us a little bit about some of the updated features that's actually been added just since we updated the site.
The site launched on the 1st. It was a big slug to get it ready for the 1st, purely not because we were sitting on his hands, but because there was just that much to do. This idea started as a small thing. It was me and Chris talking about, like, this would be cool if we did this, and as the other guys came on board, more ideas came in, and it just turned into this juggernaut, this massive thing that kind of got bigger and bigger. And then we decided to add creatives, and that was like at the last minute. Then we decided to add companies, and it's turned into this great thing where everyone's involved and you can find whatever you want, and that's great. But that also put us under a bit of a timeline to try and get it up, and we wanted at least the site to be populated with some good content. We didn't want it to be a shell. We could have just had it as just a site and there was us on it, and that would have been great, but we wanted at least some collectors. And since the site's been launched, we've had a bit of feedback. There was a bit of feedback about people wanting to post pictures rather than just videos. People felt they were alienated because they didn't have a channel. So we took that on board, and initially we were like, okay, we'll push that to phase 2 because we've got lots of ideas that we want to do. And then we said, we can't push this to phase 2. This has to be from the get-go. So basically we went back into our workshop and then created this new feature where you can upload your in-hand photos of statues, whatever brand that you want, whatever company it is. And you can leave a tiny review, a short review. So you leave your name for the credit, you leave a short review on each photo that you upload. You can upload up to 40 photos at a time. There's a 20 megabyte limit on each photo, and that will upload to the page of the in-hand photos of that company. Now, that we do have to approve these photos purely because you'll get people uploading some right smut. Rick, I'm not talking about you, so before you pipe up. Although when we were testing this, Rick did put the raciest things up on the website. I will admit that.
That's Tomb Raider.
So anyway, so you can upload your photos and you can leave a little review, and they will go on the page, and people can look at your photos and get inspiration or see whether they want to order this as well. So that's a good feature. It's not quite as much of a feature as the videos, but it's a lot harder for the video to tag the photos and get them so refined so that people can find them than it is the videos. So, I mean, the photo side, we will try to evolve, we will try to get it better, but at the moment we feel like we've compromised pretty well for what they wanted originally. So I'm quite happy with the new features. I'm currently working on a new company template at the minute because the one that we have just isn't going to cut it with the people that want to get involved with the Collectorverse. So I'm working hard to try and get that template ready for them, so we can get these amazing custom companies and these amazing like other companies involved. So I mean, how do you guys feel that the website launch went? How do you feel that the development's been and the whole process? I mean, I'll shoot that over to Chris first.
Well, a couple things. All the feedback that I've received from doing my videos, just to kind of let people know kind of what it is, it's been really positive. People have also private messaged me and said, this is a really cool thing. Thank you for putting it out there. We've been wanting something like this where we can find everything kind of in one place. And so that means a lot to me, because that means that all this work that Richard and the rest of the guys have put into making this successful, it's all paying off, and it's going to pay off for all the collectors out there, and that's what means a lot to me. I'll also say something about the uploading photo gallery. I just did that before we started recording this episode, and it's very simple. I'm uploading my photos of Bane. I just received him last week, and so I'm just uploading the photos. You put your name on there and a short description, and then you push upload, and that's all there is to it. So it's very simple, and it lets you be represented that way as well. So again, I think it's just a really great new feature, and I'll pass it on to, how about Ian?
Yeah, what's so great about this website is how easy it is to use. If you go on there the first time, it's all organized. You can click on the collectors, you can click on the reviews, you can click on the advice, you can go to the different companies. So if you're somebody out there who's confused on where to go, do I go to Sideshow? Do I go to Prime One? What website or what YouTube channel do I go to? Come to the Collectorverse. It's all right there for you. Richard worked really hard, so it's all in one place. And like I said, you can't get much easier than finding the content on the Collectorverse. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to let one of us know. You can message any of us, and we'll help you out. We'll walk you through it. What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, I think basically everything you said was right. But I think I would also add that I think a feature that I'm starting to really appreciate and like is I know there's a lot of sculptors and artists out there who maybe we don't know about, that maybe have kind of went under the radar. You go through the Facebook groups, and there's people posting like, I'm doing commissions or custom pieces or whatever, and there's so many of them, and it's like I don't know where they're at and where to find them. And it gets confusing. But what's kind of nice with the artist profiles is you can go on there and say, wow, there's an artist who his work's on there, he's doing a great job, and I want something from him. I want a commission. And to be able to find that in one place as that grows, I'm really excited about that. That's one of my favorite features right now, actually, is being able to find the sculptors and the painters and stuff.
Yeah, and it's going to help them get business.
Oh yeah, it helps
them.
Win-win. Yeah, it's a great.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Mm-hmm, for sure, I agree with you.
What do you think, Johnny?
Well, for me, I mean, like, it's just unbelievable to see just how much this has grown. So, I mean, we're filming this on Monday the 4th. We launched it 3 days ago, and already, I mean, we've worked so crazy. Richard's absolutely just pulled all-nighters to create new features from the feedback that we've got literally just overnight. And we've been amazed at the response we've got. I mean, the ability to add in the photos is literally, it's brand new. It wasn't there Friday. So for that to be on the site already that quickly, we're responding that quickly. And that's the main thing to really say here, is that this is a site for collectors. It's a site for you. If you want to upload pictures and the company's not there, email them across and we'll set up the company so that you can add your photos in. If you're a sculptor, you're an artist, you want to be on, all you've got to do is just ping a message over to us. All the details are on our site and you can get on there. This is going to continue to grow and evolve. And what it is now is probably going to be completely different in 6 months' time by the time we've had so much feedback of what it's going to grow into. And I think that's the thing that excites me the most about it, is to just see already within the matter of 3 days how this is growing and the potential of what it could be in the future.
I mean, we weren't shunning the photo people or people that don't have a channel. That wasn't the whole intention behind not providing photo access. It was, we've got this amount of time, we want these features involved, and we kind of had to think, we thought big. We've got other ideas that we wanted to try and implement But we had to say, okay, we're not going to get all this in, because as much as the guys have these guys have put their shift in to contact channels, companies, artists, to get feedback, to get stuff to me, to help me out, keep my spirits up. But it's been one developer like me just working on this, and I would have loved these guys to be able to get involved with it more, but this is not their profession. So I had to be realistic, because I have a full-time job as well. I have a daughter. I have other responsibilities. So this was like, and to get it done, I think in the last 53 hours of this site being up before it went live, I had 9 hours sleep. I was literally working till 2, 3 a.m., getting up 6 a.m., going to work, coming back, doing it again. So to get what we had up, I was quite proud, to be honest. I was dead, but I was quite proud. And I want to address one thing. Sorry, Chris, I want to address one thing. Somebody said, why is this different to YouTube? They said, I can go to YouTube and find videos. Why is this different? And you can go to YouTube, and do you know what? We are pulling videos in from YouTube because we want to improve their views and their channel views and get them subscribers. So if we load them onto our site, we're not helping them. We're just basically exploiting their content for our own personal gain. We're trying to help them get more views. So how it's different to YouTube is you type in Iron Man in YouTube, you're going to get Tony Stark, in Robert Downey Jr., you're going to get trailers, you're going to get everything. You type in Iron Man in our site, you just get collectibles. You get statues, pops, hot toys, whatever you want. And this search system has been worked on a lot to get it refined down, so we cut out the crap. So that if you search Bane, you don't get Scarecrow. You get Bane. You want Bane, you get Bane. You search one, you should go to the one scale, you go to the 1-2 scale, you're going to get that. That's what you're going to get. There's no leaks. And we're working hard to make sure that every upload that comes in, you don't understand. These uploads are uploaded by a program that was written. That's correct. But then we have to categorize them into reviews, news, advice, chats, stuff like that, to make sure you can find them. Then we have to tag them. So you've got 1-1 scale, 1-2 scale. And that takes time. But we've created a great system where we can do it efficiently. But we don't have to do this. We could have just chucked them in a folder and said, here's your videos. But we're doing this because our big thing is you can find what you want. And that's the whole point of why it's different to YouTube.
It's true.
Organized and easy. Sorry, Chris.
I was just going to say that it's really going to be a site for the collectors. And like you said, Richard, really it's not, it's going to filter it down to what you are going to want to watch and not all the other miscellaneous things that you're going to have to search through if you go to YouTube or any of the other video type channels. So it's just really a great site for collectors. And that's what I'm most excited about, is it's going to bring everybody together and let you find out what you want to find.
Yeah.
Just as simple as that.
The thing that I want to say is, it's like, with YouTube, when I started my YouTube channel, I spent a lot of time looking over like analytics and how to promote the channel and how to get exposure. Because if you just start a channel and post a video, you're probably not going to get any views. But if your channel is directly related to collectibles, you can apply to be part of the Collectiverse. We will take any channel as long as it's to do with collectibles. If you start putting naughty stuff on there, you're coming off. But the simple fact is like, if you're on the Collectiverse, people are going to that site every day. You could have 0 subscribers and 0 views, and you will get hits straight away because they have come there to see what you do.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, I just want to say, our big philosophy is to try and be impartial whenever we can. Sometimes it's hard. It's very hard to stay impartial when you've got bigger channels than other channels and stuff like that. There's a lot of politics behind the scenes that you don't see, and we try very hard to stay impartial to everyone, as much as we can. The videos are always in latest video order, apart from one place, and the only place they're in the most videos order is on the collectors page, and the reason for that is to try and reward people who post more often. If you think you go onto this page and it's in alphabetical order and somebody's in A and they haven't posted a video in 6 months, I don't want that. I want the people at the top to be the people that post the most regular. But on the reviews page, the previews, the unboxings, it's all by latest post. There's no way of doing it by subs. There's no way of doing it by rating. It's by latest post. So you post regular, you're going to be at the top all the time. And that's the whole point. It's not about subs. It's not about subs. We're trying to get your subs and trying to get your views, but this is about just great content. You make great content, you have 2 subs, you're going to get the same exposure as people that have got 2,000 subs, 4,000 subs. And that's the whole point of the Collectiverse.
Absolutely. I think that was all very well said, and so I think we'll move on to topic number 3. And one of you out there are going to be hearing some very choice words here. This is going to be the first 4 figures, and we're going to call it Snake Gate. And I'm going to pass it right on to Rogue Rick right now. Let's
Go Beavers!
Yeah, oh man, I have been excited about this. As a lot of you guys may know, I'm a pretty big fan of First 4 Figures. You'll probably see me posting a lot on their group page. I really respect, get along well with Alex and Chalks and support everything they do.
Great
I think
guys.
they have a great company. Yeah, great guys.
Very good.
And I intend to support them for years, honestly. I mean, they supported our website early on. And they jumped on board as our first company, and I will never forget that. That's for sure. That was fantastic. And the shout outs that we got from those guys, I mean, it was constant. I mean, every time they saw my name, they were like, "Hey, it's Rick, Collectroverse," you know.
Yeah,
And it's like they just throw it out there. And they did the same with Jonny. It was like, and every time they'd post, it'd be like Jonny and Rick, you know, Jonny and Rick. And that, I mean, I appreciate that. It was fantastic. But I'm here to tell the truth, and I got to be honest about how it went down. I actually have been super excited about the snake reveal. I knew about this for a while. They'd revealed it a while back. They were making a snake line from Metal Gear Solid, and I was super excited about it. Waited. It was the same day actually as our website launch, so it was kind of like all going together. And they revealed it, and I was blown away by it, excited. And I was already getting ready to pre-order. I'd cleared a spot in one of my Besta boxes. I was like, this is where he's going. Everything, I'm excited. Loved it. Fantastic. Then people started bitching. And I mean, it went across the group. I mean, it was people, they were posting, Jonny probably saw it as much as I did too. They were posting like nonstop comments, griping, complaining, that's not my solid snake. Whining. They didn't like the camouflage. They didn't like the way his arms looked. They didn't like his hair. And they just complained and bitched and moaned for, I mean, it was like, it never ended. And I kept going on there and I was like, what the hell, you know? So I put a post up and I'm like, guys, it's perfect like it is. Leave it alone. You got 4 days to pre-order. Make your decision. Leave it at that. I got tons of likes, tons of support. Everybody's like, yeah, we support Alex and Chalks. And then they just kept bitching. And then eventually, Alex finally, I guess he broke. I don't know, he caved under the pressure. He probably got so much crap he couldn't take it anymore. And he pretty much just revamped the statue. I mean, took away the mullet, changed the gun, changed the muscles. And it's a different statue now to me. I mean, I liked the art style. I liked the way it was set up. It reminded me of like an 80s movie, which is what I loved about it. It was like, it was something cool about it. I even heard someone say it was like a comic booky kind of feel. And I liked the art style of it. And as soon as the changes were shown, I pretty much just I bailed on it, and I made it known that I wasn't happy with what happened. And I think there's a fine line that Alex and Chalks have to walk between taking criticism and trying to make the product better, other than 4 days before a pre-order, just bailing out, and now it's delayed. And now you've made half the people mad, and then the other half the people are happy. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel bad for those guys because now they've got a really bad kind of situation on their hands. And with a franchise like Metal Gear, there's a lot of fans out there. So I'm hoping it works out for them, but I'm concerned a little bit. I'll pass it on to Jonny. I know he knows a lot to say about the subject too.
Oh yeah, I have to say in particular, after that reveal, the First Figures Collector Club got a little bit toxic. You couldn't move in that club without somebody saying, no, that's not my snake, this is wrong, that's wrong, this is wrong. And you had some people who had like genuine things like, okay, he wasn't that jacked, make him a little bit smaller, he's got the wrong gun, you know, the shading on his trousers are slightly too light. Those were things, they seem trivial, but at least those were things that could be adjusted. But then you had some people there that were like, no, the face is all wrong. Completely change the face. I don't like his pose. I don't like the wall. I don't like this. Change it. It's not right. Stop it now. And it was ridiculous. Like it didn't need to happen. Like there were people there that were saying that basically, scrap it, start from scratch. And that's just not feasible. You got people, they just don't realize that this still has to be approved by Konami. Everything that Alex does, they could turn around and go, no, it's fine how it is. If they don't like it, don't buy it. That's every possibility you could do that. And now, I mean, they announced that they were going to open the pre-orders on Tuesday for 3 days, and then they were going to shut it, wait for approvals, and then reopen it. Now they're not even doing that because all of this took place over Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. So
they couldn't, not Memorial
Day. They couldn't get approval from Konami in time. So it's completely delayed the statue. They've released it, they showed it to the world, and they've actually completely redone the stealth version because some guy went on paint and painted it green. And now they're doing a whole new one in neon green.
Yep.
And the one thing I will say for First Figures is no other company would take on board what the collectors say. No other company. Everybody else would have just gone, that's it, take it or leave it. At least they're responsible enough to go, okay, you're not happy. There's more people that are kicking off and saying it's not right than are happy about it. So let's make the changes. Let's make the people happy. The only thing that's left to be seen is whether or not the people that are actually kicking off and the ones that are complaining about it are actually going to put down the money to order it in the first place. So, I mean, let's pass it over to Ian. What do you think?
Yeah, hey, anytime that you get a company that listens to the fan base, like First Four Figures, is phenomenal. And, I understand people want to, bitch and complain about something that they don't like, but at least back it up with something good. Have your little bitch session, but then come back and say, hey, you know what, First Four Figures, we really appreciate you listening to us. And that will get rid of the toxic environment right there. Unfortunately, with this collecting hobby, a lot of people who bitch and complain, you're not gonna see them, or you don't know who they are. So who knows what they have going on in their lives? And what can you say other than that company is unbelievable, First Four Figures, for trying to fix the problems.
Ian,
yeah, good guy.
What do you think, Chris?
Sorry, 1 sec, Chris. Ian, do you not think that Sideshow listens at all, or like?
You know what? Hey, honestly, I think that.
Wait, match lit.
Do
I
it,
used
Ian.
to be a VIP.
He's
I
triggered.
used to be a VIP Sideshow.
Now you're just an
I'm done.
active VP.
Somebody take him to the
Triggered.
kitchen.
Take it to the kitchen.
Take it to the kitchen.
Drop the mic.
Sorry, Chris. Anyway, Chris, sorry.
Really, I'm impressed that they're willing to listen to the fans. I'm more of a Prime 1 guy, and so, I know that there's been a couple issues with Prime 1, especially in terms of, like, the Gal Gadot head sculpt for the half scale. They listened to fans on that, and they did, but they were smart because if they change the head sculpt, they're going to sell more units. But they're going to keep everything else the same. The only other one I can really think of that people are still upset about is the 1/3 scale Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. The body is amazing. The paint is amazing. There's 2 head sculpts that are pretty good, but there's 2 that, in my opinion, they are really big stinkers. And they don't look anything like her. And so a lot of people are saying, come on, just please give us some better head sculpts. And it doesn't look like they're going to be giving that to us. So I think that there are times where they're going to listen. I really feel for First Four Figures because, to have that much negativity that wants to do right by the fans. And I think there are a lot of companies out there that would like to do that, but for whatever reason, it's just they're already too far into the process maybe to make those changes. But again, I feel like you're never going to make everybody happy. Somebody is always going to bitch. Somebody's always going to complain. So I think you have to do what you feel is right. And maybe they decided to change it because they thought maybe they could sell more units in the end. I don't know. But again, it does piss off a lot of people in the process too. Like I know, Rick, you said you really like that original version. So it's just a tough situation. What are your thoughts on that, Richard?
Where does it end? Where does this end? Because as much as companies need to be listening to fans, and you know what, we listen to fans with a website, but if someone came to me and goes, I don't like the dark colour scheme, it needs to be white, I'd say, well, I appreciate your feedback, but it's a dark colour scheme. If you don't like it, then you can not go on the website. I'm sorry, I want to listen to everybody. I want feedback off everyone, but there's a point where you have to say, sorry, we made this decision as a brand, as a company, and this is our decision. If you don't like it, we appreciate your honesty, but this is how it's going to be sold. This is our vision. If they cave on this one, the next one they put out, people are going to expect them to cave on the next one. They are. They just are. They're gonna pick away at it until they have to cave again. And if they don't cave next time, then they're going to really kick off in the forum. They're going to really kick off in the group saying you listened on Snake, but you won't listen on this and blah, blah, blah. Listen, First of Figures really gave us a good shout out. And those guys, in a hobby where there's so much nastiness and there's so much deviousness and people creating fake accounts on Facebook to get on groups to put bad stuff, those guys are the most genuine, down-to-earth and enthusiastic people I probably know that do any kind of chat or company. I watch their chat sometimes just to cheer up.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. They're that happier guys, and I'm that miserable idiot. But I think they should have done one and left it at that. They should have said, "We'll change the gun, but the rest, I'm sorry, but this is artistic license, and this is what we want to do." I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to get to a point where they're like, "I don't like Snake's belly button. That's got to be changed." I'm sorry, but his underarm hair is completely 10 inches too long. It's not happening.
Yeah, his aura is just off.
Yeah, his nose is
nothing.
quite
It's just
not round enough on the end. Yeah.
Hey, there's good criticism. There's constructive criticism that actually helps the company, and then there's just whiners and bitchers out there. If you're gonna whine and bitch about something, try to be constructive. Let me ask. Help the company out if they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, can I chime in for a second just on this? I just wanted to say too, this has been a 9-year project that they've working on. Literally 9 years he's been trying.
Damn.
Alex is a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, so we're talking a guy who plays all the games. He used art that Konami actually supplied to him of Snake, went through and approved it. And the thing about it is what I love about statues the most is not 100% accurate to whatever it is. I like a little artistic viewpoint. I like to see them go. I have you probably see it on my video. It's actually right over here. I have an Akuma that's from Pop Culture Shock, and is it 100% accurate to the character in the video game? No, it has an artistic sort of feel. It's hand sculpted, and I appreciate that. And I feel like Alex and the team took what they saw from that art and they made something sort of artistic, and I thought it was beautiful and well crafted, and it really blew me away. And I love the artistic licenses they took with it. And the thing is people looked at that and they said, I played Metal Gear for years, and my Snake has a pixelated face, and you can't see it. And they were actually asking for that head sculpt. I kid you not. I kid you not. They were. And I actually, when I looked at the Snake initially, the quality was so good on it, and the way it was sculpted, and the way he lifted it up, and it was heavy, and it felt bulky. It actually reminded me of an XM statue. I have a couple myself, and the way it looked and felt, the quality was off the charts. And they did a fantastic job. And if that's the kind of stuff they're going to be producing in the future, I'm on board. But it's just it's a shame that they lost their artistic voice.
The one that got me was they've darkened the bullet holes. They've made the pads a bit less whiter. They've made the armor a bit more blue. I was like, why don't you just give everyone a Photoshop file and let everyone just work on it? Just listen. I'm not buying a statue for Jimmy Blogs down the road who got a Photoshop file of it and sent it back to Sideshow and said, "This is what I want." I'm buying what Sideshow do. I want the artist. I want Harbottle's version. I want, I want First of Figures version. I don't want like somebody who I don't even know who's just bitched about something's version. I'm sorry, I don't. As much as everyone should have an opinion, some people could be starving. You give them a fish and they'll go, "Well, where's the second fish?" They just will. Everyone will they'll just complain about anything. So I'm sorry, but
one thing.
No.
Go on. The one thing I will say, like for First of Figures, is the changes they've made haven't really been all that drastic. They weren't out of the realms of possibilities, anyways. It's not stuff where they've completely redesigned it. Yeah, okay. I think they took away his mullet, but then people were moaning saying, "Well, he had one, so give it back." But it's simple things like that. Like they just slightly slimmed down his arms. They've changed his gun to a more accurate gun. These are all things that were, I suppose, easy for them to make the adjustments so that they could please more fans. they haven't gone out and gone, okay, this guy wants a different face, this guy wants a different pose, and completely redesigned it.
But they've still
taken on board the feedback.
Sorry, Jonny. They've still got to make a new prototype. It's going to cost money.
Yeah.
The company's going to lose money because and time, and the company's going to lose money. And this is not Sideshow as much as respect to First for Figures. Do you know what? Fair play to you guys. You're doing something I could never do. But Sideshow is a company where they can throw a design out, and do you know what? It won't even at their Christmas party. So, but this company needs the support of the fans, and I feel like the fan base let them down. I'm sorry, you can hate me for it. I don't really care. But I feel like they let the fan base down a bit.
Yeah,
there was too much hate.
Absolutely,
there was way too much hate in that after
that.
Yeah,
way too much.
That was absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? Hey, Collectorverse, we've got the first 4 figures back.
Yes,
we
definitely.
got your back first 4 figures.
We love them.
All right.
And I can't wait for their blind pre-order Donkey Kong. I want to see what that comes out like.
Oh man, that Donkey
Kong. You can't
get
Donkey Kong wrong. He's just a big ape.
Yeah, and that was.
I will love them the day they make Streets of Rage. I will love them. You make Streets of Rage, I'll love you forever. I'm sorry, but until that day, I'm not loving you.
There you go. You got to plug in for it.
I think they've actually said before that they want to make Streets of Rage. I think they've just either there's not enough support in the group, or they've just been struggling to get the license. But they want to make Streets of Rage.
Maybe they should make one just for Richard. Just one.
I just want to say on the Donkey Kong real quick, get out and vote for the Donkey Kongs. I think they're actually going to put it up for like a Temptation Thursday. So I know it's probably going to get the votes because it's Donkey Kong, but hey, get out there and vote so we make sure we get the statue, because I'm dying for a Donkey Kong statue right now. I'm like waiting for one. I love Donkey Kong.
All right, guys. We're going to move on to our last topic. This is topic 4. Big events coming up. It's the Singapore Toy, Game, and Comic Con, otherwise known as the STGCC. And what are you guys looking forward to the most from that event? Let's start with Jonny this time.
Oh, for me, like as much as I absolutely love everything XM make, I'm really looking forward to their quarter scale Predator. They've already teased the paint for that. That thing looks absolutely insane. But for me, I know there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to afford an XM quarter scale Predator. So for me, the big thing is their 1/6 scale DC.
Did you see the size of that spear on that Predator? I'm only getting it just because I cannot be bothered to buy a gun in case someone breaks into my house. It is ridiculous. It was the size of a small child. You could impale a god with it.
I don't even want to think how expensive that is. I mean, look at Sideshow's quarter scale Predators. They're like what, $1,200?
Yeah, but
God knows what a quarter scale XM.
XM are a bit more reasonable though with the prices. You got to admit. Prime One, since they took this thing with Sideshow, have gone a bit mad with the prices. They're thinking about having caviar at the Christmas dinner instead of having escallops or something. You know what I mean? They've gone a bit mad. But
are you a little bit? A little bit? Crazy? They're going freaking wacko.
No, they've lost it. They've lost it.
Started,
oh, no.
Yeah.
Prices are another topic.
Hey, let me do a shout out. Let me get a shout out real quick. Check out my rant video. I actually curse at Prime One, so check it out.
And Rick's a God-fearing man. He never curses, so that is big. He had to do 12 Hail Marys after he did that video. So
yeah,
he's all
three
a confession booth right next to his video.
Yeah, I did. Go Beavers!
Rick, by the way, you said earlier I loved Snake because he was from the 80s. You failed the 80s movie quiz this week, so don't even try and say you're an 80s kid.
Yeah,
you don't know the Wizard,
hey,
you don't know Fly.
Who doesn't know the Wizard? Come on.
No, I'm sorry, no.
Hey,
What? Hey, wait a minute.
failed
Let
more
me
than me.
respond to this. Let me respond to this for a second. All right, George, he kind of hit me with all these movie quotes when I had my Teen Wolf picture. And honestly, I was exhausted at that point. And it was like stuff was coming at me. I have no idea what he's talking about. And I'm just like, okay, I got to respond to something. And I'm like, he's hitting me with a quote, I'm like, please say something I know. And he never did. And it was kind of embarrassing. But I will say this. He did mention Back to the Future. And I can quote Back to the Future. So where we're going, we don't need roads.
In Rick's defense, I have had plenty of conversations with Gio. Shout out to the Red Titan boys. And it is it's like wit sparring. because he's a quick guy, honestly, and he's
Yeah, he
like
is.
wit sparring, and I can usually just keep up, but that's like ridiculous. He's pretty quick,
Yeah.
so. And the
I don't
man
even
is
try
an
to keep
80s
up.
reference god. The man knows every 80s reference, so you're pretty much screwed.
Apparently,
Oh,
yeah.
like I say, I don't even try to get involved because I was born in the 90s, so I don't even know anything that's going
Oh,
on.
he's a
Oh, the
baby.
little-
Oh.
Oh.
Anyway, back on topic. Who's next to talk about STGCC?
We're talking about who we're looking forward to
What are we
seeing.
talking about here?
Singapore Tokyo
Singapore.
Game Comic Con.
Why don't we go to Ian this time?
We were
Ian
going
this
so
time.
well as well.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the models that stand next to the statues. To be honest with you.
I take it the wife's out, Ian. The wife's not in the room. I
no,
take
she's
it.
in
Hope
the
you
other
didn't
room.
hear that.
Hey, I took her out last night because we won that basketball championship.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
we were so hungover right now. I don't even know how I'm sitting up.
Congratulations, by
But,
the way. Congratulations.
Ian, did you slam dunk?
Hey, thank you.
Ian,
Thank
did
you.
you
Too many
sla-
spitty bears.
Ian, did you slam dunk?
No. No, I did not. But I'm 40 years old and I had to guard a 19-year-old kid. And he was running up and down the court and I was just waiting for him on one
Waiting
side.
for him to get back.
You will actually get arrested for that in some states.
Yeah, that's true.
Waiting for
That's
19-year-olds
true.
on the corner.
Yeah. That shit wouldn't have happened in the 80s.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll go next.
Yeah, next one. Next one.
I love XM. I don't have an XM piece yet, which I'm pretty good about, but I have one pretty much on reserve, which is the Weapon X. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to the ones I haven't seen yet, such as I haven't seen Weapon X like the proper full finished statue, but I'm looking forward to seeing Storm and Cyclops and all the ones that we haven't actually seen but they've revealed that they're doing. The Hulk transformation is the one that I'm stumped because I have a Hulk transformation canvas right there, and I want it, but it's an exclusive to the con, and I haven't seen it, so it's like a blind pre-order. And I remember him doing a competition a while back, and I remember which one won. It was one where there's Hulk and there's Bruce Banner, and they're back to back, and he's like coming out of each other. And I didn't think that was the best one. The one that Tiger J did, I thought was the best one, which is the one where he's like coming up and he's like turns into Hulk as he gets to the top. So
That's
I'm
nice.
like, how much have they changed that design since they took it? So obviously they got the original design. How much have they changed it from the original concept? Have they improved the base? So I don't know. And I've been trying to get some information off Mo, one of our contacts with XM, he's a good guy, get some good deals, and even he doesn't know. No one's seen this statue. It's not on any forums, so I'm probably going to miss out on it. I mean, the Weapon X and all the others, I'm pretty much probably going to be going for the Collectorverse to Luca in November to do some filming and get some interviews, and I'm trying my best not to take a GoPro drone because I think that's a bit overkill, but you never know.
Come on, do it.
But I'll probably do it, yeah, get some aerial shots and take out a plane. Way.
Close it out.
So I'm looking forward to actually seeing them in person. I could probably pick up Weapon X then. So I'm the Marvel pieces, the ones that have me where I'm like not too keen is the Star Wars pieces. I don't know why. I just don't think XM have nailed Star Wars yet. Although I'm looking forward to seeing what they've done with the Anakin since they got the feedback. But I don't know. I mean, Chris, what are you looking forward to apart from everything Batman and everything Batman?
A couple of things. First of all, I'm just excited about their worldwide license because in America we really haven't been able to get them unless we knew some sort of contact person, really. And so I never really even considered getting an XM piece. But I am, of course, excited about some of the Batman stuff, especially I kind of have my eye on that Catwoman. And I know that they're gonna be unveiling a few of the other ones this particular show, so I'm just excited to see what they do with that. But as somebody that doesn't collect other things other than Batman, I'm just blown away. But with a lot of their other Marvel stuff, I agree with you, Richard, that their Star Wars stuff I haven't been impressed with at all. Especially that Anakin piece, I just couldn't believe they even showed that. But hopefully they've tweaked those things, and I'm just excited for all the other collectors out there that are able to get those pieces, because I know that, you know, when you see something like that Electro, and like, man, just some of those pieces are amazing in every way, and I wish that I could collect those as well. But I can't, so I'm excited for everybody else that gets to see these new items coming out. So who have we not heard from? How about Rick? Have we heard from you? Yeah.
Yeah, just me. You might have saw my post actually. The Storm
That
is
one
one
looks
of the ones
good.
I'm really looking forward to seeing. I especially like, yeah, it looks fantastic. I especially like it when you spin it around toward the backside.
Of course he does.
But
Rick loves a woman with a lot of wind. Let's leave it
yeah,
at
I mean, hey, you know.
That's right. If all of his figures are turned around backwards.
Yeah.
Well, well, I'll tell you, that's one thing I share in common with Alex from Rad Titan is I do like that particular part of a woman very much. But
this is the getting to know Rick segment.
Yeah, this is Rick. If you either love me or hate me, this is me. Sorry, guys. I really look forward to that one. I'm a big Storm fan anyway. I don't have an X-Men piece, which is kind of a pain for me because I've been an X-Men fan for years. Read the comics since I was a kid. So really want to get something in that kind of vein. But I also really, I'm a big video game fan. I collect a lot of video game stuff. HMO has really impressed me lately with a lot of their stuff. Their Dante that they just had come out not too long ago was pretty awesome. I almost bought it. But there's a couple other Dantes kind of out there, so I'm kind of figuring that out. But the Morrigan, they're supposed to be showing HMO is from Darkstalkers at STGCC, and I think from everybody saying, the ones that's seen it, it's fantastic, it's mind blowing, you know. So I don't know if that's just bias or what it is, but that one is on my radar for sure. So those would be the two pieces. I do love the Predator, and if it wasn't going to cost me like $500 to ship it, I would consider it. But it looks fantastic, and I mean, honestly, I'd love to have that. But the Predator pieces, why is there no cheap Predator pieces out there? Like what sideshows cost like $1,200? It's crazy. It's because they're massive, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's like you can't even find one reasonable.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
To be fair, I can go out in Barnsley tonight and find loads of cheap Predators. Trust me, there's reasons.
Wrong kind. Wrong kind.
Wrong kind. Yeah, wrong kind.
Damn it.
Oh gosh.
If you're actually going, if you're an attendee and you want to share your photos with people, rather than having to flick through all the pages on the forums and everybody's talking, we do have an actual page for the Singapore Con, and you can go on there a bit like the in-hand photos, and you can upload your photos. The difference between this and the in-hand photos is that you don't have to leave your name and a review. It's basically just upload the photos that you've took, so you can share it with everybody who can't be there, and really so people don't have to go filtering through everything to find photos of what they want. So that page is thecollectiverse.com/STGCC 2017. If you go to that, you can either drag and drop to 40 photos, or you can actually just click upload and upload 40 photos, and it will upload them there, and people will be able to see them straight away. So we'd appreciate everybody's involvement in that, who's going, and to actually get this to be to the people who can't be there, because we all wish we could, but some people can't, and you're very lucky if you are going to actually go there. So that's hopefully going to be something that we can give back to collectors next weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
It sounds like it's going to be an amazing event, and again, I just love the idea that people can share all their stuff on that site and find it in one spot. It's going to be pretty great. I can't wait. Well, basically that is the show that we had for you this week. We are so thankful for you joining us, for watching, being part of this first ever show. And again, the show is going to constantly be evolving and changing, just like the website. So again, we can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this show or listen to the show wherever you are. I'd like to thank all the guys in the room. You guys are amazing as always, and it's just so fun to be able to talk about statues. And so I thank you guys all.
Thank you.
this first show's been a bit different to what it will be usually because we've talked about the Collectorverse a lot in the first half, which we felt like we had to address it because it's new and because people probably don't understand where it is. So the next show will be mainly about collectibles. There won't be much Collectorverse talk. We will be giving shouts out in a different way to new people that have joined the system, which we're looking forward to seeing that. But it'll be more about collectibles. There'll be 4 topics or 5 topics, 3 topics, depending on how long we think it'll go, just on purely on collectibles and what the main talking points are of that week. So I'm looking forward to the next chat and speaking with you guys.
Thank you as well. Absolutely.
Yep, definitely.
Absolutely.
It's been great to be
Well,
here.
as always, we thank you so very much
Absolutely.
for watching. And until next week, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
You were gonna say see you in the Batcave then. I knew you were.
Well, I get my brain like, we have to come up with a sign off.
He was like, and see
Next
you
week.
guys later.
I should have done that. I should be like, see you. No.
By the way, that's going in the edit. I'm sorry, but that's going in the edit.
Nice.
I'll see you in the Collectorverse.